So about a week ago, I made a video talking about prismatic evolutions and how prices were starting to rebound. And at the time I said, you know what, maybe this is too premature. Maybe I'm talking about it too early, but I was seeing that the amount of listings for elite trainer boxes in the very low hundreds was stopping. A lot of the other products were starting to go up in price very slightly. But to me, it was sort of the time when it was like expected that something like this would happen because it was like 3 weeks after release. That was sort of like I've talked about before. Usually a couple of weeks, the first couple of weeks of a set being released, you expect a lot of these flippers, scalpers, people flooding the market, and that's why prices dropped. I mean, elite trainer boxes dropped all the way from 150 to 100. But as you can just see here, it has already started to rebound because the first few weeks, all like those flippers listed, they all got bought out. And now a lot of these flippers, they've sold out of their inventory, and now we're starting to see a decrease in the amount of supply being listed, and there's still a very large amount being bought every single day. And I talk about this because, there's going to be exponential growth with this set. And I remember when this box was like around here, so many of the people that hate scalpers, I'm not saying I advocate for that sort of thing, but a lot of people that were crying about these scalpers, they were laughing at these people saying, you lost a lot of money, it's all going down, all the prices, it's going to go back down to MSRP. I was telling people, you're laughing too early, you don't understand why this is happening, you don't understand what's causing this, and therefore you're laughing way too early. And what is happening right now? Prices are going back up. And the anger is going to come back when this reaches its peak. I'm telling you, this stuff it's so predictable, but some people don't understand, I guess, why this stuff happens. And that's why for me it's predictable because, this happens with a lot of sets, especially Surging Sparks, it happened on a very small, I guess, level. But with Prismatic, it happened a lot bigger because of just the price it was at was extreme. And the amount of just flippers was a lot more for the set. But this was so predictable that it was going to this price drop was going to happen. Like I said before, it happened a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would take to rebound, but it's already happening, right? And there's so much evidence that this is just going to keep going up. You see this curve here, tanked, and it's already going back up. You're going to see this going up here. It's pretty predictable in my opinion. I don't know when it's going to go back to its original high at 150, but with there being a lot less scalpers, and you can still see, a lot less flippers and all the supply, and you see the sales are still pretty strong. Like it could be anywhere from like 150 to 300, boxes being sold, every single day. Just imagine what a few weeks is going to do to Prismatic Evolutions, Elite Trainer boxes. It's at 120, $30 away from its all-time high. Honestly, with how this market is, and the cards in the set, guys, if you look, the total set value is still above $8,000. Umbreon, still a $1,600 card. I've told you guys before, at $100, I didn't want to advise you guys, but it was cheap. Like, I know I sound crazy for saying that, but it was cheap because this was predictable that it was going to go back up. $100, it wasn't going to stay there for long, and it didn't. It literally was there for one day, and they got bought out. So I want to make this video just to timestamp it to show you guys me saying this, and then maybe I'll mention this video a few weeks later and see where we're at, because I just see where this is going. I think this is easily going to go back to 150. Obviously, in whatever time frame, I don't really know. But since there is a lot less people listing, because I've been seeing there's not people listing for $105 anymore. That's not a thing. So with that being said, just the amount, if the volume amount of sales continues like this, exponential growth, it's gonna happen. So right now it's at 120. I think when I made the video, they're at like 115. It was almost a week ago. So we are still climbing up ever so slowly here, but when it gets to some price points, it might grow even faster than it already is because there still are people listing, but it's not as extreme. But I think it is starting to thin out a little bit. And just to show you guys some listings on eBay, not advising guys to buy, but just to show you guys some listings, you can still buy cases for $1,200. You can buy an open case for $1,100. And I guess next year I want to talk about binder collections because these have gone up a lot. I remember these dropped from like $80 all the way down to one point it was sub 60 in this short amount of time, guys. It is already back above $70. I know here market price is $60, but a lot of people do list just the price here and add like $10 shipping. So this market price isn't accurate. It's more like $70. If you look at all these sales, you have to add like 10 bucks on top of all these. So it is selling for above 70 bucks now. So these are rebounding pretty quickly to where they were at their highs at 80 bucks. And this product is going to grow pretty quickly if you look at supply here. So if you do look, not much supply hits 73. It quickly goes up to $75, and you can see it does quickly go to around 80 bucks on this page. And if you look at the amount of sales, it can really range from like 20 to 50 boxes. But if you look at all these listings, there's not that much. This is going to easily, enter the mid 70s and go up to 80 bucks. And when it hits its original high, I expect also, the Elite Trainer boxes to go up in, conjunction with these. But yeah, these boxes, I feel like this is a pretty like popular product for these specialty sets. I've always compared it to the 151 binder collection boxes, because look at how expensive those are. I think those are above 100 bucks now. So Prismatic Evolutions, obviously being a more expensive set, I think, you could have bought these for so cheap. I remember you could buy them for sub 60, and now they're already at 70 bucks. And it's really quick how this stuff changes. And just to show you guys some listings, if you want to buy, I'm not advising you guys to do any of this stuff, but you can still buy them in the 60s. You can buy them in case quantity from these sellers here. They're all reputable, you can see. And it averages out to around 60 bucks per box. So you're getting like a $10, $15 discount on each box. So I'm not advising you guys to buy, but just some listings just to show you guys. And there's another seller I found that had these for $350. I don't know if it's still going to be up by the time I list this or post this video. But you can see you can actually buy them for under 60 bucks if you want to buy from, I guess a less reputable seller. But just want to make this video to show you guys that Prismatic Evolutions is rebounding, and since I made that last video like a week ago, it has continued to rebound. So I don't think it was too premature of me saying that. It was just the start, but now we just have some more evidence that it is happening. And that's why I told you guys when it was dipping that I was not scared, because it was so obvious. It was the prices were undervalued because of just the flooding of supply, people undercutting each other, people just buying them at retail, being okay with just flipping them for double the amount, even though, in my opinion, I think it was kind of dumb to do that because everybody was doing it. Like, why would you sell at the time when everybody is selling, just undercutting each other just to make a small profit? When if you just, widen the lens a little bit and take a step back, wait a few weeks and you're going to make a lot more money. So that's why this whole time I've been telling you guys I haven't sold a single product. I still have every single thing I have. And yeah, it's starting to rebound, and this was predictable. I just didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. Like I said, it did take a little bit longer than I thought, because with this set, I honestly thought the first week it was going to start going back up, but it took about 3 weeks. So a little bit off on the timing there, but still, for a set to go down that much in value and it's already rebounding this strongly, like Elite Trainer box is going from 150 to 100, now back to 120, in all of a span of a few weeks, it shows the strength of this set. The scalpers, they, did something to the market. They did crash the prices. Those people that were laughing, they got too happy too quick. And it's honestly funny. They're going to come back and get mad again because prices are going to go back up. Things were super cheap. That's why I was telling you guys, $100 Elite Trainer box. Didn't want to advise it, but it was so cheap. It was so crazy to me that it got to that point, but it happened, but it quickly rebounded. So that's all I want to talk about today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.